It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. All that and more coming up next.
On a gorgeous late summer afternoon, it is time for football here at Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Today we've got a fun little clash in the AFC as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by my partner Charles Davis. Charles, these Browns, no other way to say it, they took a step back last year. Now, what do you think that they need to do to get back to the playoffs while competing in a tough AFC North?
They need to get back to the identity that their head coach established a couple seasons ago. A hard running game, consistent play from their quarterback, and then they have new management on the defensive side of the ball. They'll try and get after you in the pass rush.
Meanwhile, the Titans last year, they were one of those strange statistical anomalies, CD. When you look at their defense, they were the best in football, #1 overall against the run, but worst in the league, number 32 against the pass.
And part of the reason they were #1 against the run, the struggles they had slowing people down through the air, so people threw it and threw it and threw it and had great success. And a team that should have been in the playoffs last year somehow managed to miss it.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Now the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the three-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his second season now as a Brown, #7 overall.
Just 6 games played for Watson in his debut season with the Browns, which really limited how much he could step into the franchise quarterback role for the team. But he gets a full slate to do so this season. Remember, his last year in Houston, over 4,800 yards. They expect excellence from him.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. First play from scrimmage, Watson going to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Elijah Moore, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Now the NFL's third leading rusher last year, it's Nick Chubb. And a powerful stiff arm that frees him. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Watson. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans ready to take over on offense for the first time, and it is the now 35-year-old Ryan Tannehill who leads them out in his 12th NFL campaign.
Those who expected Ryan Tannehill to go quietly into the night after the Titans drafted Will Levis, well, they clearly don't know this man well at all. He's a fighter and former comeback player of the year and expects to have his best season yet as a pro in this campaign.
Tannehill on first down. They set up the screen for Henry. Shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. The mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From the end zone, here's Julius Chestnut. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick six, it's Tannehill. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. Across midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This has been a hard-fought battle thus far. Just the one touchdown to this point is still anybody's game at 7-0, as both of these defenses have been out there trying to one-up one another.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw is Tannehill. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So he's stopped for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 1st down, Watson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Two yards to go, 2nd down. And trouble trying to middle here. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance going for it on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here's 2nd down. Tannehill to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
One last throw here for Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This ball intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to safe back at the 16-yard line. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
No, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say? It's